It's Green Country's most exciting radio show, Free Association. And now, here is the Fort Smith Fireball, your champion of chicken, and your deluxe dueling DJ, Mark Lane.
Hello, denizens in Green Country, and welcome to another edition of Free Association. I'm your host, Mark Lane, and on today's episode, what are we going to do? We're going to look at the headlines, we're going to tell some jokes, we're going to listen to some true alternative music, and we're going to have an interview. We're going to have another segment of Campus Cognito, where you get to know people on this campus here at Claremore. And we'll also have a Mark Lane Versus. These are things that you don't want to miss. But most importantly, you don't want to miss the true alternative music. The request line is open for the next 2 hours, 918-343-7913. Here's the Flaming Lips with See the Leaves. Alright, that's Bedouin Sound Clash with Talking Man right here on Free Association with the Talking Man, Mark Lane, because that's what I do. I talk. That's what I'm known for here on RSU Radio. But I also try to, make this a Talking Man radio show. I also try to make it the Thinking Man's radio show. So with that said, let's go ahead and peruse the headlines. Although, I don't know. Let's talk about what played before that. The Low Anthem with Home I'll Never Be, and then before that, Moby with Mistake. Alright, that's what was playing right here on Free Association. There's not much to look at with regards to the headlines. They're talking about the health care bill being trimmed back to, I think the number was $871 billion, according to CNN.com. That's great. That'd be like you saying to your parents, yeah, I'd want to borrow $100. Oh, that's a little too much. Okay, all right. How about $91.57? That's what it seems like to me. So I don't really want to look at the headlines if you don't mind. If you don't mind, I don't really want to look at the headlines. So, but no, I'm doing a live show today. Really, I am. Call me up at 918-343-7913 if you have a request. If not, I'll go ahead and tell you about some weird stories that happened over the past 2 weeks when I went home to Arkansas a couple of times. Like this one, for instance. I went and I saw one of my former Catholic youth group leaders. We still talk. I'll mention her name, Barney. She'd like to, hear the adulation or whatever. So I go over to her house, and she's got her daughter over and her son over. They're both, grown out of the house and married and so forth. And anyway, so I'm over there talking with them, and the son's wife, who's about, in her mid-20s or whatever, she's talking to me and she's telling me, good stuff about her, younger sister that she has that's, about 20, and she says, yeah, she's, really looking for somebody, and you seem like a nice guy, you got straight teeth, you seem funny and everything, and, afterwards, Bernie was like, well, why don't you go for it? I'm like, I don't really want to go for it. I mean, I can see what's coming. I see things. I really know the setup job. So I don't really want to go for it. And what I saw, I'll tell you about later right here on Free Association. You'll have to wait for it. Oh, come on. It's not like you're waiting for anything as it is already. Of course you're waiting for something. You know what you're waiting on? You're waiting on it to be Friday from 4 to 6 so you can listen to Tip and Turbo, so you can go ahead and get some free tickets or whatever, or other concert giveaways. So don't tell me that you're not waiting on something. Of course you're waiting on something.
Real College Radio, your only choice for true alternative music.
Joining us on this edition of Campus Cognito, the segment where you get to know some of your fellow students on campus, is Morgan.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for agreeing to do this interview because, I sent you the message over Facebook over the weekend, and I didn't get a response, and so I was thinking, she's
I thought I'd surprise you.
Oh, thank you, yes, because everybody knows I like surprises like that. So let me ask you, what are you studying here at RSU?
I'm in broadcasting, so I'm in the radio
TV. Oh,
TV.
so you'll think you're going to take my microphone, do you?
Oh yeah, I am. I'm in sports broadcasting, so that's eventually what I want to do.
All right, that's pretty cool. Now, you told me that you came from the University of Arkansas.
Yes.
Right, so you went there for a couple of years. What's the change been like coming from the U of A to RSU?
It's awesome. I mean, Arkansas was just too big for me, and felt like a number there. So it's been really great here. The teachers are a lot better, I would say. But I do miss the football.
Yes. Yeah, well, here we have football, though.
That's true. So soccer. I'll have to
Yeah.
check that out.
All right, so you said you wanted to do the broadcasting and so forth. What do you want to do with your degree? What's your dream?
My dream is to be the next Aaron Andrews on ESPN. I want to do some sports broadcasting.
Okay, all right, so do the sideline routine and so forth?
Yeah, and maybe some just reporting on
Okay.
Sports Center and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, well, hopefully you won't be, telling too many lies and making up too many stories on BSPN.
I hope not.
Hopefully you'll turn it around.
That's not me.
Yeah.
All the truth.
Okay, the whole truth and nothing but the
Right,
truth.
exactly.
All right, so you said you want to get into sports broadcasting. What sports do you like?
My two favorites are baseball and football.
Mm-hmm.
I played basketball for like 8 years.
Oh, you
So,
did, yeah.
basketball's kind of there, but I got kind of sick of it. So,
Yeah.
But other than that, volleyball. I love volleyball.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah, but any sports teams in baseball
Oh,
or football that you...
Baseball, I'm a Red Sox fan.
Oh,
Big
good
time.
night. Well, good night, everybody.
And then NFL, Saints are my team. I'm a big Reggie Bush fan and Robert
Okay.
Meacham.
Yeah,
So-
because you says that you went to high school
Yes.
at the same high school Robert Meacham went to.
Mhm.
Were you there at the same time?
He was a senior when I was a freshman.
Oh, okay.
So I really didn't know him. I knew of
Alright.
him, but he was kind of famous. But
Yeah. Well, speaking of famous, some of the artists here on RSU Radio are pretty famous themselves. But what kind of music do you listen to?
I listen to a lot of indie rock. My favorite band's
Yeah?
Dashboard, Confessional,
Yeah.
and Paramore. And then I listen to a lot of R&B also.
Okay.
So I like the smooth music also.
Yeah, well, there's a place for you here at RSU Radio.
Okay.
All right, now, what kind of off-campus extracurricular activities do you do?
I don't do a lot because I work and I do my homework.
Yeah. Oh,
But,
of course,
um,
yeah, homework, sure.
No, yeah, I do it
Yeah,
all
a
the
lot
time.
of study groups, I bet.
Yes, every day. I have a little brother and sister, so I hang out with them a lot,
Yeah.
and all my friends are back in Tulsa, so I'm always shopping or doing something with them.
Yeah.
I go to church every Sunday. I'm really involved with my church. That's pretty much it.
Well, the next group that you ought to look into getting involved with is the Student Broadcasting Association.
I've been looking at it.
Meetings are Wednesdays.
Okay.
Yeah, show up for those. We'll definitely be working on you for that one.
Okay, I'll come.
But thanks for being on Campus Cognito, Morgan. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right, now let's get back to the true alternative music with whatever you want to. 918-343-7913 is the request line.
Anyway, we still got some ghosts in the radio station. I got to finish up that story about the girl. Barney's daughter-in-law, the sister, the younger sister, the daughter-in-law there. Yeah, so anyway, I figured it out. Why does the daughter-in-law want me to... Why is she interested in me? I figured it out. Because evidently it sounds like the sister, the younger sister, gets involved in, like, bad relationships or guys that, the family doesn't like. And so they're expecting me to come in and save the day. I'm expected to be like the Vinny Testaverde, that you just sign off the street, right off the couch, that comes in and plays the position because you had a first-round bust at quarterback, So, I see everything. So that's why I wasn't too excited about it. Then, lo and behold, the son, Bernie's son, he said, don't listen to any of this, It's all junk. It's bunko. Here's what's going on. So, it's exactly as I knew that it was. But, I wonder what that would have been like, though. I wonder if there would have been, sports talk, analysts and knuckleheads on sports talk radio that would have got on to me for that when I was fulfilling my Vinny Testaverde role there. Well, we don't have any knuckleheads here on RSU Radio when it comes to sports. In fact, we don't have any knuckleheads at all. So if you want to listen to some sports talk with no knuckleheads, then I suggest that you listen not to Claremore Zebra Football. You can listen to that too. But listen on Fridays from 1 to 1:30 to Claw Talk with Josh Haley right here on 91.3 FM.